Every morning, Arun walks the same route to work. He passes a corner bakery, filling the air with the scent of fresh bread, and a florist arranging bundles of jasmine. He walks past children laughing on their way to school, but his eyes search only for cracked sidewalks, rude drivers, and gray clouds. This is a selective filter. When a mind expects a hostile environment, it trains itself to scan for evidence that confirms that suspicion. It creates a feedback loop where the observer ignores the vibrant life of the city to focus entirely on its decay. Inside the office, this filter distorts every interaction. If a coworker smiles, he assumes they want something. If a manager offers a compliment, he wonders which of his mistakes they are secretly hiding. These psychological walls are built to prevent disappointment, but while they keep out the risk of a bad day, they also lock the observer inside a self-imposed prison, where every morning is guaranteed to be as bleak as the last. An opportunity arrives in the form of a company-wide memo. A new branch is opening, and leadership is looking for someone to head the team. It offers better pay and a fresh beginning. While his colleagues discuss their qualifications, Arun immediately bypasses any self-evaluation. He assumes the selection is already rigged for someone else, deciding the outcome before the process even begins. When his colleague Mira encourages him to apply, he laughs. He dismisses her suggestion and slips the unread application into the back of a desk drawer, choosing the safety of his current routine over the vulnerability of trying. By forfeiting before he takes a single step, he mistakes his preemptive surrender for objective wisdom. He has successfully avoided rejection, but only by ensuring his own stagnation. Weeks later, the company selects a younger employee with less experience. Arun hears the news and shrugs, feeling a strange, hollow satisfaction. He tells Mira he knew they'd never pick him. In his mind, the world has once again proven him right. He values being correct about his lack of worth more than he values actually succeeding. This is the cycle of the self-fulfilling prophecy. An expectation of failure leads directly to a lack of effort. That inaction guarantees the very failure that was feared, creating a loop that reinforces the original negative belief. This cycle protects the ego from the sting of a genuine effort that falls short, but it also anchors a person's life to their lowest expectations. While organizing old files in a storage room, Arun finds a dusty box of photographs from the company's earliest days. He pulls out a picture of the founder standing beside a tiny office with peeling paint and cracked windows. It looks nothing like the modern headquarters where Arun now works. On the back, an inscription reads, "Everyone said it would fail. We chose not to believe them." The founder saw the same broken walls as everyone else, but used a different framework to imagine what could be built on that site. Arun realizes he hasn't looked at a situation for its possibilities in years. That weekend, Arun visits his grandfather's old house. He remembers complaining as a boy that he never saw the birds his grandfather enjoyed every morning. He only saw the dry ground. His grandfather gently turned the boy's shoulders away from the dirt and toward the mango tree. Within seconds, Arun noticed sparrows fluttering through the branches. They were there all along. The world often provides what we are prepared to notice. Opportunity is frequently present. It is simply invisible to those who refuse to look up from the ground. Monday morning brings the same slow traffic and malfunctioning coffee machines. The physical world hasn't changed, but as Arun sits at his desk, he stops his usual internal monologue. He asks himself what one good thing he might miss if he only looks for problems. He notices an intern struggling with a complex presentation. Instead of walking past, he stops to help. They spend the hour refining the slides together. This single constructive action breaks the negative loop. It replaces a passive expectation with a tangible contribution, altering the sequence of events. By engaging with the moment rather than retreating from it, Arun begins to gather evidence that his actions can influence his surroundings. Weeks later, that intern recommends Arun for a cross-departmental project. Through that work, Arun demonstrates his technical skills to leaders he had never spoken to before. When another leadership role opens, he is invited to the shortlist because those leaders have seen his work firsthand. Years later, an older Arun stands by the office window. A new employee approaches him, echoing the same cynicism Arun once felt, convinced that success in this city is impossible. Arun looks out at the street. He sees the warm bakery, the vibrant flowers, and the children. He tells the young man that the city smiles every day. It just took him a long time to learn to look at the right height. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. We cannot control every external variable, but the lens we choose to look through dictates the world we ultimately inhabit.